Hello, you all. I'm going to show you where I am. See? Set background. I am at Building 1 at Baylor Scott and White in Waco. Let's see, this is my second scan in the last week and a half at Building 1. I have another scan here tomorrow. But every single one of these buildings I have a specialist in. The orthopedic doctor, I have a couple of specialists there. Of course, the cancer center's right there. And then there's another building over there. Except for the women's and children's health building, I don't have to see anybody there. But not anymore. But anyway, I just finished CT scan to my chest, and I can feel the difference after these CT scans. This one had imaging, and which was really different because I didn't have to take off any clothes. I have 2 layers of clothes on, of course my coat, but I have 2 shirts on. But I guess they didn't make me change, but they were really packed today, and it's cold. And we didn't have snow when we woke up this morning, but there are snow flurries like falling down right now. But I'm sitting in the car because after these scans I feel woozy, because as you know, if you know my story, from the chemo, I'd already had symptoms of post-concussion syndrome, but from the chemo it made it worse. So I can feel things a lot more in my brain, and it's still healing. And so after these scans, I get a little woozy. One of the first things we have to do is make sure that when I sit up, that I don't fall over and that I'm okay to walk. But then I know to go straight to the car and sit down because I do feel woozy. And I don't try to leave right away until it kind of goes away. But after the scan, I drink lots of water. Green tea, like I'm gonna show you my big thing of water. Hold on just for a second. I have 30 ounces of water right here and my green tea packets. And the reason you want to drink a lot of water is you got to flush your system out, and you just have radiation in your system, and it just helps. So got to flush it out, and the green tea helps detoxify the body as long as the water helps flush it out. I've taken 400 milligrams of magnesium, which also helps, and I also vitamin C, 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, and I'll do a couple of more 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. Now, most people cannot take 3,000 milligrams of vitamin C because it gives them, stomach issues. For me, it doesn't bother me at all. And so, I'll do that to help flush and detoxify. So I'm just sitting here waiting on the body to get better. But one of the things about this scan is this technician got it on the first try, guys, an IV. Most times when I get an IV, they have to get an ultrasound machine. Very few people can use an ultrasound to find a vein, so I have to wait. They have to put me in a special room. After trying several times, after several popped veins, and they can't get an IV in, so then they call her in, and she has to sit there for 15 minutes digging deeper to find a vein to get an IV in. And so with this technician, she was able to use a vein that was totally overworked, and lots of scarring in that area. And we had to just stop using it a while back, because I see so many specialists, and every time I go, they have to take blood, and I have so many scans, and so a lot of imaging. So that my veins, because we can only use one arm, in my left arm, they get overworked. And so I just took a whole year off. But even when I went to go give blood a week and a half ago, it took 4 tries and 1 pop vein. But this technician also listened to me. I told her which veins roll. They look real good, but they roll. And so you can dig and dig and dig, and it's just all it's gonna do is hurt me, because you're not gonna be able to get it. And in my hand, I told her that they tend to pop real easy, so she didn't go there. But this vein that's in the arm that has healed, that's a really good vein, it's still sore, and so it hurts. I just took some turmeric to help with the pain, but she got it one try. I was so impressed with her. So anyway, and they didn't make me change my clothes, which I thought was weird. With the 2 shirts on, normally you have to put on a one of their little paper rope things, but she just did it through there. And I was a little nervous and not as chipper as I normally am, but I wasn't rude. I was just very matter of fact. But that's just because I'm nervous. I'm so nervous because that one time I learned, once you get, when I got that first diagnosis before 4 o'clock on July 15, 2015, I was not in the cancer world. After 4 o'clock, I was. And all the stuff that's happened since, and all the stuff we found, the ovarian tumors and the blood situation. So we were fighting, like we were having to do 3 different things. And before then, I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know what. So even though it's good to know, it's just, once you know, it's time to get to work, because now you have something you can do. And so with the symptoms that I've been having in the lungs, we were checking that, because what we're checking is, the lung bases, making sure that, because they had seen some stuff, it looked like scarring or whatever, and that's a long-term side effect of the radiation that I had to the breast. Because back then, it was like one of the last few years before the targeted radiation was developed or really perfected. They had to do a block radiation. So when you do that, you can affect the heart also, and the lungs. So we're constantly checking the heart. And that's when they found, because they've been watching the heart, that's when they found that I have the congenital, I think I said that right, congenital, I don't know. Hopefully I'm saying it right. From birth, heart defect called partial anomalous pulmonary venous return. And I've had pain. I used to run and stuff, and I would get woozy and just after physicals, like at school. And I used to run cross country and get really nauseated. I loved running, but I would feel really nauseated afterwards, and that's why. Now we found out why. I'm 54 and we finally figured it out. But the heart is not damaged, but the lungs seem to have been damaged by the radiation. And so we're just watching that, and there's a nodule that is in the lungs that my oncologist is watching as well. Just making sure everything's clear. And I'm pretty sure with this, they'll also be able to see the liver, because there's 6 growths in the liver, and they have not grown, but they have to watch to make sure they don't. So that's just part of it. So that's what this scan is looking for. Tomorrow I have another scan, and more involving the breast and our surrounding breast, and that whole area is very, very tender. So I know that's going to hurt. So I'm not looking forward to that scan, but those scans, but they have to be done, and we have to figure out what's causing the pain. I mean, it could be scar tissue, but yeah, it's just kind of nerve-wracking. But I am more than a conqueror through Jesus Christ. He who began a good work in me is going to accomplish that work until the day of Jesus Christ. No weapon formed against me is going to prosper. It's not going to do the thing it was sent for it to do. I mean, gosh, we found that out with the cancer. I mean, remember, the tumor popped up about 32 or 33. The growth, nobody thought anything of it. It hurt. They said cancer didn't hurt. Because of where it was placed, they didn't think it was cancer. We didn't find it till I was 45, guys, and it was an invasive ductal carcinoma. But it was slow growing. That is God. So that just proves to what the Bible teaches, that every one of us has a day and a time, and we're not leaving until that time. So there's sustentation when you serve God and you live for Him. And so, but I've also been doing and the Holy Spirit will lead you to, because it was the Holy Spirit that led me that day to switch doctors and go get that stuff checked out. And that's when we found all the ovarian tumors, the blood situation, and the breast cancer. But so that's where I am today. I'm sitting here. The snow flurries of stuff that keep coming off and on. Sitting here, allowing my body to adjust. I've got some protein that I'm going to drink, which is also going to help. And then I am going to go and get ready for tomorrow's scan. And I'm going to do some writing and do some other things, but I need to go check my storage. There's something I need to get out of there. But anyway, you all have a great day, and I will post tomorrow after that scan. And remember, those of you who are going through things, which we all are, we're going through something. Just remember to have courage in trouble, have courage in pain. What you do to move forward is not done in vain. Bye.